Hi, this is Buddy Sarand from I Do Tax Accountants. And today I wanted to make this video because it's the beginning of the year and some of people have some resolutions for this year, such as starting a new business, either as a sole trader or as a company. Um, I wanted to touch base with some general information that we provide at clients that are considering starting a business at the start of the year. So the first thing that we usually touch base with clients is about ABNs. The ABN is the business number that they will be allocated to their business, and this is acquired by applying through ABR, Australian Business Register. Once you have an ABN, you can start trading pretty much, which means providing services or products to your clients. You might need to consider GST registration. The GST registration requirements are if you make $75,000 on turnover in Australia from Australian sources, that is from selling your services or products and so on to Australian consumers, then you by law needs to register for GST. If you are making less than 75,000 on turnover, then it's a voluntary registration. There are pros and cons about being registered for GST. When operating as a business, I recommend open a bank account that is allocated to receiving payments for services or products and expenses directly related to your business. Having this bank account simplify the bookkeeping process for accountants and bookkeepers, as we only need to go through those transactions instead of seeing personal transactions that might consume time on processing and clearing from your books. In terms of drawing your wage or taking money for your personal use, you can use this money based on the structure that you have set up for your business. It could be a sole trader, a company, a partnership, a trust, or so on. In relation to tax, I recommend my clients to put aside a percentage of every dollar that they generate as a provision for tax. And if they are registered for GST, add a 10% to that. Usually for $1 that you make, I would recommend to put 30 or 35 cents aside. And if you're registered for GST, 45% or 45 cents for every dollar that you invoice a client. It's very important to track your income and expenses. At our website, we have a resources checklist that can help business owners to track, to identify what expenses are directly related to your business and for them to be claimed in your tax return. Or if you're using your motor vehicle, we have a logbook in our website that you can download and use for you to track the business kilometers traveled. Hopefully this helped. If you have considered starting a business in 2026 in Australia, these are some of the useful tips that we provide to some of our clients. We also send updates through our newsletter that I recommend you subscribe. Thank you for now. Happy New Year.